It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Love Lane Brewery, and this is their Baltic Porter. It's a 6% ABV. Play on words, if you like. So you've got the Baltic Triangle in Liverpool. So some of their beers are based around, you've got Love Lane Baltic Lager, but I think they produce a Baltic IPA. So this is a play on words, but this is an actual Baltic Porter that was brewed a couple of hundred years ago. They raised the ABV because what they found was that they were producing a low ABV porter in the UK. They were shipping it over the Baltics in the winter and the beer was freezing. So the beer was being ruined by frost and it was just freezing up in them freezing cold temperatures going across the Baltic Sea. So what they did was they raised the ABV so the alcohol didn't kind of freeze. It was a higher freezing temperature and the beer made it in good order. Very little quick history lesson there for the Baltic Porter. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. I picked this up as part of the Lidl Craft Beer Festival of April 2022. Little bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass. And of course, when the beer arrived in the Baltic countries, as it was a stronger ABV beer, people enjoyed it more. People really took to this style. Very popular in Poland, this style of beer, Baltic Porter. It actually saved a beer trip. I went all the way to Poland to brew a beer years ago and had a bit of food poisoning, unfortunately. And I was rough for a whole day. And I went to the Brewery, slightly rough. And they were like, oh, is it beer? I was like, no, it's not beer. I just got a bit of food poisoning. And they said, kill or cure, they said to me. And they handed me this Jivich, it was like 12% Baltic Porter. And the moment I started, I was like this to begin with. Oh, and I was sipping it and sipping. By the time I finished the glass, I was fine. Absolutely fine. I was running around that brewery, doing what I do with a camera, interviewing people, chatting, drinking, having fun. I was back to normal. And that was the Baltic Porter that kind of saved my beer trip. Black liquid, one finger, slightly off white head, good levels of carbonation. Love Lane Love Lane based in Liverpool, the UK. The beer was £1.79. Let's get the aroma. Nice bit of smoke. Definitely that kind of slightly worty, beery, malty aroma coming through. Peppery, spicy. Pardon me, excuse me. A little bit of kind of tobacco smoke coming through. Pipe tobacco smoke. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's very good. Ooh, a little bit of bitter astringency right on the back end. Oh, this is good. This is the first can of Love Lane beer that has hit Lidl as part of their beer festival that I think is terrific. This is terrific beer. Really good. what you're greeted with first is a little kind of hiss and fizz of the carbonation pushing the beer around the inside of the mouth. It's got a really nice porter-like mouthfeel, rich and creamy. Then you're greeted by a little bit of sweet malt that's coming through, biscuity, bready, nutty. And then it goes over to being the roasted malts coming in. They really do kick in, and they keep kicking in, as I mentioned just now, with that kind of slightly bitter astringency right on the back end. Oh, it's good stuff. I like the mouthfeel. Now I've drunk some of the beer, I'm able to rock it back and forth. You can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. You can see the cream, you can see the mouthfeel there. Just by looking at the beer, you can see the beautiful lacing on the glass. Small amounts of carbonation chasing that head of the glass. It's mesmerising. Do you know them fire videos where they upload them to YouTube and they have like billions of views because people literally stare at the flames for hours on their 50-inch tellies? I've been considering just holding a beer and just like doing that and having it on kind of replay and having it going for, I reckon people could be just like mesmerised by that, couldn't they? That kind of, that look, that wonderful look of beer when it's being rolled round in a glass. Who wouldn't want to look at that for hours on end? Mind you, you'd be tempted for a beer, wouldn't you? Every 20 minutes you'd look at the TV and you'd be like, oh, that looks good. I'm going to get myself a beer. Yeah, it's really nice. It's nutty, it's biscuity, it's bready. The roasted malt comes through on the back end. The roasted malt flavours typically give off flavours of coffee, chocolate and caramel, which this beer certainly is doing. I like this. I like it. 6% ABV, £1.79 a can. They've got it right. Love Lane have got it right. And if anybody from Love Lane is watching, then I know I've been pretty harsh on the two previous canned beers that hit Lidl from you guys. But I'll call a shovel, and if you don't mind me calling a shovel, I'm going to do that all day long, because it's what I do. You brew beer, I kind of call a shovel. The last two weren't great. This, on the other hand, this is fabulous. This really is a fabulous example of a Baltic porter. Love Lane Brewery's home is in the heart of Liverpool's vibrant Baltic Triangle, a place full of doers, creators and makers. A true Baltic porter fermented with lager yeast to produce a smooth beer with notes of coffee, chocolate and dark fruit. The malts are Golden Promise, Vienna, Munich, Melanodin, wheat, oat and carafa. The hops are Pato, Simcoe and Cascade. The nose is coffee and dark fruits. The palate is chocolate and raisin. The finish is smooth and soft. IBUs are 20. UK units, I'm not even going to read that because I don't care. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, wheat, hops and yeast. Allergens in bold, contains gluten and it's vegan. This is great. This is really great beer. It's really great beer. And I'm ready to rate it. I'm ready to rate this beer and I'm ready to give it a final thought on a rating. For £1.79, this could very well be the star of the Lidl craft beer show. It might fly under the radar a little bit because Black Sheep released a peanut brittle stout, which is coming soon to the channel. But make no mistake, if you watch this before you go to Lidl, make sure you put this in your trolley. it is well worth your £1.79. It's a great example of a Baltic porter, and it's 6% ABV. Baltic porters are typically strong beers. They're typically 6 upwards in terms of ABV. I give you the little bit of history at the start as of why. I like this beer enough. I like that enough to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Really, really good from Love Lane. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.